22. What episode did I start on? Like episode 2? Yeah. Episode 22 this is.
Every week.
Hello Crawley fans and welcome back to episode 22 of Talk of the Town, here reporting live from the Crawley Town training ground here at Horsham ahead of our league game against Stevenage.
Yep, it's been an incredibly busy week. We've been on the road to Bradford and Swindon, picked up some good points on the road.
Yeah, 4 points from 6, it's a great achievement, really close, a few minutes actually away from getting the 6 points, but we've actually compiled a little roundup of both those two games for you to enjoy.
Yep, 2 very enjoyable away days, some great away support from you lot, and yeah, 4 points. I think you would have taken that heading into those 2.
Absolutely, they're 2 of the biggest sides in the league. I think they're the 2 most attended sides in the league. I think we went to Bradford and they had 14,000,
Yep.
Swindon had sort of 8,000,
Yeah,
so
roughly.
they're largely supported clubs, and for a team like us who gets a fraction of that through the gate, it's brilliant to beat those kind of teams.
Yeah, there's a lot to sort of consider really as well when you think about how much those teams might have spent in the January window, let alone the summer. Compared to us is incredible, and as John said in his post-match interview, little old Crawley going to these places, and I wouldn't say we necessarily outplayed those teams, but we've done the job on them that we needed to do, and as you said earlier, we were only a couple of minutes away from sealing 6 points from those 2 games, which would have been an incredible achievement for a club of our size.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Swindon as well, they've got sort of Welsh internationals, they've got Johnny Williams and Connor Roberts from Swansea, they've got Harry McCurdy up front, they've got some real quality players, and they did look great at spells, didn't they? But we resisted the pressure incredibly. The likes of Tony Craig up there, phenomenal again, and just really, it's a cruel deflection in the end just to lose those 2 points, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, Swindon had some really top, and Bradford to be fair, had some, especially Swindon on Tuesday, they had really good players who you could tell, like McCurdy, like Williams when he came on, were good on the ball, but they were good up until they reached the edge of the box, and then our defence totally nullified any attack they had, anything they threw at and we dealt with, and as you say, when you look at Swindon's goal, it even took an awful deflection off of the floor before it even hit Tunney on the head and somehow bobbled in. But yeah, that's football. I think a lot of fans I saw on Twitter said we may have done Bradford in the 90 odd minute and Swindon have done us, so you can't really complain, because you say, oh, it's all against us, but then we had one of them the other day, so you can't really complain. But I would have definitely taken 4 points.
Absolutely, and as I said before, we are live from the training ground. We're going to try and grab some players for interviews. We don't currently know who that will be, but we're going to cut away now and we'll leave it as a surprise. Well, we didn't know which player it would be, but we've managed to grab the skipper, George Frankham. How are you doing?
All good, mate, all good.
All
Yourself?
Good. Very well, yeah. We've just sort of passed the halfway point of the season now. Can you sort of sum up the season so far? I mean, it's been a long old way.
I think there's been positives and negatives. We're just still trying to find that consistency. Similar sort of story to last season. I think we've established ourselves as a very dangerous team on our day in this league. I think quite a few teams that we played would agree on that. But then on the flip side, there's been games where we've not quite been at it. So we just need to find that consistency within the group. Obviously, we try and keep the injuries at bay as well, which hasn't helped. But we're in a healthy position. We'd like to be higher up. Today we looked in there at some of the goals we've conceded in terms of what time we've let them in, and we've conceded a lot of late goals, which has probably cost us about 6 or 7 points. And obviously that can make all the difference of being 12th mid-table to sort of 6th, 7th in the table. But it's still there for us if we put a run together like we did a few weeks ago. Anything can happen. Yeah, we just got to strive for that consistency.
But promising signs, obviously 4 points out of a possible 6 against 2 of the biggest sides in the league. You must be happy with that. Yeah,
brilliant. The Bradford comeback was excellent. Second half, the boys really stepped up. After a first half with obviously myself pulling out of injury in a warm-up, and then Lynchy getting injured. Bit of a lacklustre first half, but second half the boys were amazing. It was good to get a 95th minute winner, and then obviously a draw on the road at Swindon felt like a loss to the boys, but still a good point on the road against a top team. So we build on that, and then we go into a home match on Saturday.
And it must have been nice to watch on and see Tony Craig get that last minute winner. You must be happy for him.
Yeah, brilliant for TC. Obviously his first goal for the club. Great character, TC, great player. He's pivotal for us in the change room, so it was good to see sort of him enjoy that moment, and with the crowd on the away day. Yeah.
And Stevenage coming up, obviously we played them recently. What do you think we can expect from them on Saturday?
Another tough game. Like every game in this league is tough, so we've got to be at it. Feels like our away form's really picked up of late, but our home form's dropped in terms of results, so that's definitely something that we're looking to rectify, because obviously we've sort of got our away form sorted. If we get our home form sorted, that's going to be massive for us with the running.
Puzzy, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
We're about halfway through the season. Just wanted to sort of grab your thoughts about how the team got on, you personally as well.
Yeah, obviously the start of the season was up and down. Going out of the cups was a bit tricky. Would have liked to have a better run in those, but the form in the league was as well up and down. But now we've found a bit more of a steady sort of level, and we're getting some good results and building up some good momentum. So far so good. Strong end will see us in a good position.
Yeah, I remember talking to you for your first interview. You were one of our last signings, and you said how you wanted to come in, make an impact, score as many goals as you can. You've certainly done that. You're obviously our top goal scorer this season. How would you rate your season so far?
Yeah, started obviously slowly being on the bench and making the impact off the bench, earning my place in the team, and then as you said, I just planned to score as many goals as I could to help the team get the results. So yeah, personally been on a good run of form, and long may that continue towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it's been a busy season for yourself, obviously on the pitch and off the pitch as well. You've been doing your bits on the side. How's your journalism degree going?
Yeah, obviously my final year now. Things are going quite well. I'm doing my work experience, which is why you see me around the place a lot in the media sections. Did some work outside of the club as well. So yeah, just topping up my hours of work experience and coming towards the end now. So hopefully I'll graduate in the summer. And yeah, on to that journey. Yeah,
we've been trying to help you as much as possible in the media team, but you've obviously been busy, as you said, outside. Headed up to the BBC a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah. I was doing some work for the African Cup of Nations. Did 2 co-commentary games for them, which was a brilliant experience, to be fair. To be involved in a major tournament like that, obviously not playing, but to be on the commentary side as a media person now is quite nice as well.
Yeah, I suppose probably a little bit different setup than when you're sat next to Travel Care in the commentary box upstairs.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The coffees are a bit nicer, the studio's a bit warmer, and yeah, everything else is a bit more plush.
Yeah, obviously you've been watching on for the last couple of games, How have you, what's your take on the last couple of games? Obviously 2 tough games, but a really good turnout in the end.
The boys have put in a good performances, Unlucky the other night not to get the 3 points, but in the grand scheme of things, the 2 games we've had recently, to pick up 4 points against those 2 teams is a good showing and a fair representation of where we're at the moment, to be honest with you, because we put in some good strong performances and not got results early on in the season. So now to be upping our performances a little bit more and finally getting those rewards is a nice thing to see.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, Chrissy.
No dramas.
Secure our defense, secure your home.
I'm protecting our goal. You should protect your home with Secure 15, innovation, fire and security.
Yep, always good to talk to a couple of the lads, some enjoyable interviews there, and yeah, just looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a big game. We've obviously played Stevenage very recently away from home. It was a very tough game. Yeah, I think we can expect another tough game. They've got some good players. They've got some players that sort of haunt us.
Luke Norris
being one of them.
Every time.
Whenever he plays against us, he's a real threat, and it puzzles me a bit because you look at his sort of statistics within the league, and he's not the biggest goal scorer.
No,
he doesn't sort of hit huge figures, but against us he's probably the best player in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just for Stevenage. When he played for Colchester, he scored against us for fun. There was that one in the Cup where we ended up losing in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup where he scored the equaliser just a minute after Bully's rocket. But yeah, no, we sort of looked at each other when he came on, didn't we, against Stevenage a couple of weeks ago, went, here we go, if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be him, and it happened. But yeah, no, Stevenage are a good team. I think, after that game, we sort of got our heads together and improved a lot. The performances in the last 2 games have been really, really good. And yeah, I think there's going to be a big crowd. We've sold a lot of tickets. People are enjoying it. Our away support's gone up. I don't know if you've noticed that from last year.
Yeah, numbers
not
and
last
noise.
year, the year before.
Both.
Numbers and noise have gone up. Really good. Obviously, you're supposed to be at school away on Tuesday night. Some certain people will understand that. That one Swindon kid was a bit odd, but
he was very strange.
Yeah, to be fair, he was giving it, and we were giving it to him back. So all good fun. Yeah, I enjoyed sitting in the away and doing the media on Tuesday night. It was certainly interesting. But yeah, no, the crowd are going to be good again on Saturday, and I think we'll give Stevenage a really good game.
Well, Saturday's opponents, Stevenage, were on an unbeaten run of 5 games. They lost out 1-0 to Tranmere Rovers last time out. Here's how they got on.
Thanks for joining us on episode 22 of Talk of the Town. Next up, Saturday at home against Stevenage. All that's left now. Come on, you Reds!
Lovely.